then she cried. All because I drew pictures of her on fire. What a stupid bitch. True story, by the way. That happened in school. Oh, what a stupid fucking dumb bitch. What a fat fucking idiot. Oh, Ewan's a bit weird. He draws like dead shit all the time. Oh, but he drew me on fire. Wee, wee, wee. And that same fucking cunt fart. We were outside during a lunch break, as we were wont to do in the schoolyard. And I had a pine cone, and I was being really funny, obviously, you know me, funny chap Ewan. I was being, my usual hilarious self, literally pretending to throw this pine cone at her, and then she kicked me in the balls. I mean, talk about it now, it's pretty funny. But at the time, for a young lad of 14 years old or something, that was quite a harsh fucking deal, man. You kick a young lad in the nards. I wasn't really using them. I wasn't sexually active. Rarely sexually active still. But point being, I pretended. I was going, like you do with a dog, or a female. See, they're all the same. But then, I was pretending, and then she kicked me in the wee willy winky, and I think she like complained or told on me that I was throwing shit at her or whatever, so I got in trouble. But she kicked me in the balls, man. It's not fair. You don't just kick someone in the balls. And then tell on them that they've been, my pens are running out. It's shitty. These are really good pens, but they're all running out. It's not fair. I like these pens. I have to buy more. Shit. What else do I have? This drawing pen. See if this is any good. It'll do, I guess. A bit thinner, but true story though. True story. Which it is. That happened. Which was not particularly exciting, but so I don't know. I've not led a terribly exciting life. My apologies. There's those YouTubers who do their story time videos, and they're lying. There's no way. Well, obviously, I mean, me saying that isn't breaking new ground. They're literally notorious and known for lying. Well, at least ridiculously over-exaggerating shit, if not just outright lying about everything. But I tried doing a few funny little storytime videos. I'd like to do more, but when I think about it, it's like I got no stories to tell. Not much has happened. A few years of doing graffiti and stuff. There's a couple of stories there, but nothing major. I never got into any gang fights or had any real trouble with the police. You spent a night in a cell. That's a bit fun, but sort of meh, really. Meh. It's all a bit meh. Let's draw one like this. Willy. Don't forget the willy. You gotta have a willy for a girl to kick because you pretended to throw pine cones at. it was a bit of a shitty thing to do on my part, pretending to. I think she was kind of cute, but like not. Like I might have been doing it a little bit because of like maybe I kind of liked her, and it was embarrassing to say that I liked her. So in order to have some kind of interaction with her, I had to do what I could, which was pretend to throw shit at her. But then I say that as like even even back then, I would never have the nerve to go after one of the top tier attractive girls, because I knew, like, didn't have enough faith in myself. I knew, well, I'm not top tier attractive boy, so there's not even a point in trying to have someone like that touch my penis. So I figured, well, this girl's a little bit more likely to. Not that she wasn't unattractive, but she certainly wasn't what would be seen in a schoolyard. A schoolyard, like I'm fucking living in the 60s. School kids have certain ways of viewing things, and they might not consider her to be what they would typically consider attractive. Like I said, I thought she was kind of cute though. But ultimately, she was a cunt. So it doesn't matter. The laughs we have. It's all good fun. Hi everyone, welcome to the show. That's the show. Welcome to it. I hope you're all and whatnot. That'd be good if you were all that. What's been happening? Oh boy. Well, just like those story. I do that. I've found I do that quite a lot. Is I'll sometimes slur my words together. I'll say something like literally, and then I'll stop and be like, literally. I'll get the word out right, you fucking mong. Is that an offensive term? It probably is a very offensive term. Well, just like those story time videos, sort of what I was getting at, nothing's actually been happening. I've got no news as such. But I'm just doing a doodly draw. I'm not even working on anything for it. I have things I could be doing. Still got a couple of commissions I need to get done. A couple of new ones coming in. What happened there? And, some comic book pages I could be getting done. Things in the works I could be working on. But instead, just fuck it. Have a little draw. Just a doodle. Just to play around. Highlighter, a drawing pen. Not my favourite drawing pen because apparently they've run out. I have to buy some more. They're actually really good. These ones, because they're super fine line and they're permanent. So because they're permanent, if I paint over it with like a dark red watered down acrylic paint, they show through. These are what I use to ink my comic book pages before I paint them. Because when they're full, the ink flows really nicely, so you can just quickly sketch and add in hatching and stuff, and they give nice lines. And then I will use them on top of the paint for like neater black lines and stuff, and then paint over them, and it covers it enough, but still shows through. Statler. I don't know. I've never known how to pronounce that. Lumo Color Permanent Dry Safe, waterproof on most surfaces, refillable. Apparently. Yeah, I'll get a couple. I mean, I used to steal these, like handfuls of them, just steal them. Because, they keep them all in like a rack of just loose pens. You can pick them up and go, I always do a little bit of this, just test the ink's in that one, that's cool. And then put them in my pocket, take them away, because who really gives a shit? Never been caught, but you get to a point where it's like, maybe I'll pay for shit. Most of the time. Now I steal media. I pirate media wherever possible. Because fuck all the stupid fucking corporations monopolising entertainment and shit. I don't know. I don't care. I mean, there's rarely anything worth paying for or pirating, so it's all a mugs game, innit? It's fucking mugs game. That shit, I fucking know. I don't give a shit. What the fuck do I know? Oh, I'm just fucking work a day slob. I don't fucking give a shit. Ooh. I pause like this because my neighbours, I hear them. I hear, like, it's been happening a lot more recently as well. Not that I hear them more recently, but the thought in my head, when I hear like someone downstairs, like a neighbour or something, my stupid head goes, oh no, someone's in my house, I'll have to be quiet. But it's like, they're in the building. But in my head, it's like, oh, they're in my house, like they may as well be in the kitchen, like next to my bedroom. But they're not. So I can chill out, it doesn't matter. I don't like this. I mean, it's not bad, but this hand fucked up a lot, didn't it? Jesus. What the fuck was I doing? Directionless. That's where I am currently. Oh, that stinks. I hate that. Well, it's just a doodle. It doesn't fucking matter. Come on. Look. It's Gun Viking. Oh, wow. Page 1 of chapter 4. 2 days, because they're travelling, and it says they'll make it in 2 days, and it says 2 days later. We found them outside the walls. Found who outside the walls? This bitch and that fucking guy. Wow, what the fuck? What, he's in shackles. How did you get Gun Viking in shackles? Fuck. And he's like, and he's like, and then it says, earlier, oh my god, I can't believe we're finally here after 2 days travel on the steeds. They got to hear the big bad guy's fucking place where he hangs out. Look, it's me. It's my head on a stick. Little them. The big fucking thing going on. And she's like, oh, how do we fucking get in? Maybe we can like tunnel or something. And he's like, maybe we could just fucking knock. And then they got inside that way. And then, meanwhile, inside, he's there. This guy stood here and he's like, yeah, you're Viking, you bastard. You bastard. That's the big bad evil guy. I guess, maybe, or is it? See, you thought the Mountain King was going to be that lich guy. Turns out it wasn't, so maybe this isn't actually the big bad evil. What's going on here? What's going on there? Oh my god, he's looking directly at this hand. Is this his? On his head? Fuck, wow, what's going on? I don't know. That's up on Patreon now, scanned with and without text on it, so you can actually read the story over these 3 pages. This is him going like, all my men tell me you're like a god, but I don't believe in gods. You're just a man. But let's find out who you are. And evidently he's got this like magic power hand. And then he puts it on his head and it glows and he screams. And this is going to be a flash almost a literal flash to a flashback, which will then be him looking into his memories to see who he is and where he came from. So the next few pages are going to be painted all in black and white because it's like a flashback, showing Gun Viking's origin. Maybe 3 or 4 pages, I'm thinking. I should be able to squeeze it into 3 or 4 pages. First page will be like more or less the establishing shot. I've got quite a cool idea to do it like fading from white into a few panels and then like a burning village. Maybe here, a third of the page. I think that would work. Maybe a sliver of just white and then another panel like white fading into black and then the black fading into, because I have like black smoke coming from the burning village. That would be quite cool. Then the next page will be a montage of raping and pillaging from this guy's guys. I might briefly show some sort of sign of him in there. I'm not quite sure yet. But yeah, either 4 or 6 panels of raping and pillaging, screaming, chopping, cutting, stabbing, burning, that kind of shit. And then the next page will be child running away. Maybe it's this guy. I don't know. And then 2 of the raiders or whoever, the marauders, will see the kid running away and be like, fucking get him. And then there's a chase and they're chasing him through the woods, through the forest. And then there's a bright flash and the kid's staring up at the sky, this bright flash illuminating him and all the space around him. And he's like, fuck, what was that? And he runs towards the bright flash. And then there's a tree with some like weird shit hanging off of it. Oh my God, what's happening? And then there's going to be another page or 2 after that. So maybe 5 pages. 1, 2, 3. I think I get the chase into 1 page and then probably the chase and the flash in the same page. It'd be 3 pages. And then that'd be quite a cool splash page actually, to have the reveal of the tree. And then the action after the reveal on the tree. Be a page. It'll be maybe a couple of panels at the top and then a large panel of action at the bottom. And then so is that 5 pages? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's 5. And then the last page, I can do like the flashback fading back into white, fading back into current day. That'll work. Take a look at an picture book. And picture book, or not just an picture book, but in fact the definitive, the one singular, the picture book, the one book of pictures that exists, the only single one finite picture book. Only one of them exists, and this is it. I've got literally the only picture book in existence, and I fucking got it. So fuck the rest of yous. Oh, my channel's only got a couple hundred views per video. Yeah? Well, I've got the picture book. So fuck you. Oh, well, yeah, hundreds of thousands of views for my videos. Yeah? Or do you have the one existing picture book? No, you don't. So go and fucking die, cunts. Ugh. This will either be... I've not looked at this book in years upon years. I think it's 2006. I might have looked at it a few years ago, but not remotely recently. It'll either be a laugh riot or I'll get very, very angry. Because it's contemporary illustration, which is... Illustration is cool, it's whatever, it's meh. Like, so that there's art. Art is you draw or paint whatever you want. You make shit to express a thing or to avoid taxes with your rich friends buying and selling. And then there's illustration, which is you are given a thing to illustrate, an idea, a theme, an article, a something, and you have to do an image to illustrate that thing based on it to provide, more visual data or data or data. There's actually 3 ways to pronounce that word. For that thing. So contemporary illustration is often shit because it's like almost art, but kind of not. So anyway, So this is the state of contemporary illustration from 2006. This is a load of fucking tit waffle. About a year ago, I walked into one of those trendy gift shops that sell design icons and quirky retro goods style to appeal to our postmodern ironic tastes. One object... Fuck, shut up. It's a book of pictures. Why don't you fuck off? Some illustrator bitch. I spend most of my life in a perpetual dream world, my mind drifting through landscapes where narratives start to form. Shut up. Just fucking draw shit. Roderick Mills, he's kind of a boring guy. He did a talk at our university, and his works, like, I can't get it. It's not brilliant. I kind of like it, but he is just kind of a boring person. Verbal communication was very difficult for me as a child. I constructed my own visual world to inhabit. I mean, cool. I wanted to look at pictures of Vikings with guns, so I drew pictures of Vikings with guns. You don't need some fucking collages. Collage is cool when it's done well. This isn't. This is contemporary illustration, and this book shows examples of a very specific kind of contemporary illustration. There's all manner of contemporary illustration, but this is the sort of stuff they fucking love in universities. This is what they try to make you do. This is what they try to turn you into, these kinds of artists. I hate picture made out of weird random objects because everyone goes, oh, it's made out of weird random objects. And it's like, well, yeah, but is the picture any good? And in this case, no. Like, it's not bad. You can see what it is, but I think that's something made out of like makeup brushes or something, like mascara brush. I don't know. Oh, wow, illustration. That's amazing. I mean, that's kind of neat, but like, meh. It's quite a thick book, so I won't go through all of it. Actually, Tom Gold. Not really any bad words to say about him. He's pretty sound. I've got a few of his books. I really like his style. He's pretty smart, pretty funny. I might go over some of his work sometime, actually. Like I said, I've got a couple of his books. Look at that shit. That's fucking... I like that. Collections of things. And they're drawn well, but like not ridiculous. Like a little like fairy guy in the jar. Squid. I draw that kind of shit. Yeah, I got a lot of time for Tom Gold. He's sound. He's one of the good like premier British illustrators. Is Tom Gold, in my mind at least. Wow, that's amazing. This is so just like just. Oh, what do you do? I'm an illustrator. Oh, what sort of stuff do you do? Oh, wow, modern fashion. Yeah, cool. Oh, wow, stencils. That's so edgy and hip. In 2006, this book is very much of its time. So it's like if you remade the picture, which you couldn't do because it's the picture book, you'd have to make another picture book. Today, it probably would be very different, but you could still fill it with absolute shite garbage artwork like this. You know, how is this illustration? It's not fucking illustrate. It's just a fucking. Okay, yeah. So it could have been funny, but no, it's angering. It's me getting angry at just because I'm upset because they wouldn't publish my artwork in this. I think someone in my university course literally copied this and used it as like their own artwork in their project, which is quite funny. Even at the time, I had seen this book because I went to university like 2008, I think. Yeah, 2008, 2009, 2010. /11. Yeah. So this is 2006. So yeah, I'm pretty sure someone did that, and I knew of it. I knew this image because I'd seen this book, and you know, not terrible. That's not bad. It's pretty all right. Decent lines and shapes and stuff. Quite like the use of inks and whatever. Not bad. It's pretty cool. I like that. Decent. Not, you know, fucking flabbergasting, but it is pretty cool. I like books. I like drawing books on tables. I like drawing. I got a whole series of drawings of shit on tables. I like that shit. Books and shit. Buildings, meh. Cool. Wow, illustration. Wow. 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 That's amazing. How do you even... Ugh. Just there is a series of books very similar to this called Illustration Now. I think they did about 3 or 4 and a portrait edition, and then I think they stopped. Maybe they do all their stuff. Oh fuck! Oh, sorry, I bit my tongue earlier, so it hurts, and I just bit it again in the same place. I guess it's swollen, but so talking kind of hurts. But I think they stopped doing those books. I think they do it all online now. But they were better than this. They had more interesting artwork and certainly more visually appealing, and I guess technically better drawn artwork. So that was a cool series of books to look at. I don't own a single one of them. I should read. That's wow, contemporary illustration. But then you see a book like this, and it's like, this guy's not bad. He's pretty well known for what he does. But you know, it's not to my tastes personally. I can appreciate it for what it is, and I like the throwback sort of retro aspect to it or feel to it. I like old paper. That's quite cool. But as on the whole, meh. Collage type stuff. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not to my tastes. I don't know. It's whatever. It's when you just get like just random stuff. Girl and her eyes are cut and there's stuff and the word dream and it's all, I don't know. Cool. These are the minimalist art can be really shit. It can be quite cool. That's not too bad. A little bit on the nose with the whole like working class angel sort of thing. Loneliness and depression. There's pretty good pictures. These, yeah, same guy, I guess, same person. Is it David, a guy? That's obviously like a print. You can see like the. That's one thing. One of the very few things I did take away from university was a very basic knowledge of printmaking. So I can see that this is a monoprint, where you lay down a very thin layer of printing ink, lightly place a piece of paper on top of that, and then you draw into the paper. And then when you lift the paper, every mark you've made is presented on the reverse of the page by the ink that you've pressed into. Which is how this is made. You can see, if you know about printmaking, then you can tell by the sort of line quality. That's something I learned at university. Other than that, meh. We were basically all told, make your art look like this. Basically, you know, they didn't directly say that, but you got better marks if your artwork looked like that shit. Literally nothing to say about that. Fucking hell. I thought I could look through here and go like, this is quite funny. Imagine if I was this bad at drawing. But it's more angering, which is quite annoying. Does it say this page Magazine illustration. This is an illustration that was printed in a magazine. And I can even appreciate like minimalist slash ugly, outsider sort of poorly drawn artwork with some kind of, reference or meaning or context to it. But as an image to print in a book, as an example of contemporary illustration, that makes me want to throw up into my own mouth and into my own mouth. I throw up in my mouth and just hold the sick in my mouth for an entire day, swish it around over my gums and teeth. Oh, that's cool. That's from the film Battle Royale, the Japanese film, which is a cool film. A poster of this image is used in Shaun of the Dead on the wall of their front room. They've got a poster of that. That's quite cool. That's a pretty cool image. Again, not to my tastes visually. I kind of dislike the hair. Digital artwork. But it's pretty cool. It's a cool image. Like, it's as an illustration, that's cool. With the colour, the background field, and then the no holding lines on that. So that's all thing. And then the red is very sharp, stark contrast and shit. And then the image of like the schoolgirl with blood. It's, it fits the theme and it's all very good. Never liked this sort of stuff. If this was hand painted, it might be a bit better, but the fact that it's digital makes me hate it immediately. It's, I don't know. It's flat. Just stuff. Just draw lots of stuff and people find it interesting. There you go. Pixel art has its place. This isn't even like the best pixel art. It's kind of bland. Habbo Hotel sort of stuff. This is the kind of illustration I have a bit more time for because it's like, I don't know. There's more idea to it. There's something going on here, ideas wise, even if the images aren't particularly interesting. Paper clips in the trees holding leaves on. A lamp in the forest with bugs. A shoe on the... Like there's I don't know what they are, but there are ideas in each of those. And the images, the colours are quite cool. Very, very sort of, minimalist, I guess. But I don't like them, but I can appreciate them. As opposed to this, which those colours are fuck ugly altogether. Yellow and blue work well together in certain tones, not in those tones, and not on a fuck ugly brown background. And it's like skyscrapers in the sky reflecting in the thing. Those colours are better, but still boring images. They look like if you had a really boring fucking new modern tech firm that made fucking watch wristbands or some shit that connected to your Wi-Fi. They'd have this as like their wall art and their logo design. Just boring, stagnant, minimalist, shitty digital artwork. Stencil stuff which looks like it's actually digital. Like stencil art can be good. Rarely, but can be. I think I've got a book somewhere. I'll dig it out. But then when it's not even actually spray painted stencils, but just digital art made to look like it's spray painted stencils, that's even worse. That's fuck ugly. That's really, really ugly. Garish. It's maybe it's supposed to be. It's got pills and shit, so I guess it's supposed to be kind of shocking, garish, but it's just fucking ugly. Just fuck off with that shit. Uninteresting, uninspired. Just fashion illustration drawings, I guess. Drawings of things. I mean, that's based on a photo. I've seen this photo of this girl. So that's what. Just see the dots. Yeah. So it's one drawing of a photo, copy pasted, and I guess for a Glastonbury fucking flyer or something. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Contemporary illustrations just fucking blows, man. That's not like if someone asks me what I do, I tend to say I'm an illustrator as opposed to an artist. Because if you say artist, for one thing, my first thought if someone tells me they're an artist is ugh. My second thought is, well, what kind of art? Because that could be fucking sewing, stitching, textiles. It could be painting, sculpture, digital video art, whatever. But if I say I'm an illustrator, they go, oh, like drawing pictures and shit, that's cool. This person, this woman, was a lecturer at my university for a couple of years. This person was a lecturer, a teacher, at my university on my illustration course for a couple of years. Yep. So that's cool. I mean, I think you get the idea. I think we all get the idea. That's like... that guy was pretty well known. He did a lot of stuff. I don't like it, but it exists. I think she like Tom Gold's girl or wife or something. I don't know. His girlfriend, his wife. I don't know. Partner. Well, that stuff's pretty good. It's got some life to it. I can appreciate that. And like real illustrations of real places. Yeah, that's not bad. And then Toma Hanukkah, one of the juxtaposed illustration artists. Probably some of the best drawings in this book, certainly. Yeah, some decent artwork. The guy knows what he's doing. And then there's the rest of it, which is just... I mean... You get an art book, you want to be inspired. But in this... Oh, that's the guy I mentioned at the beginning, Roderick Mills. He did a talk at my university. That's probably the case for most of this book, is they're not even showing great examples of each person's work. Because this is not... Well, I guess it's kind of examples of his work. But, yeah, I don't know. So that was the only single one picture book in existence. Wow, you can feel my energy just fucking gone. Ugh. So I was throwing pine cones at this stupid fucking girl at my school. He should have been there. Good times. Good times. Actually, literally the opposite of that. I fucking hated every second of school. It was the fucking people. I couldn't stand any one person I was there with. Actually, shout out to my German teacher, who in the GCSE, the end of time exam, we had an oral exam, lol. We had to, I guess because it was like fucking old, because I'm old, they actually had a cassette recorder that they recorded. You have to stand in front of the teacher and then say all the lines you've learned in German, and then they recorded it and I guess listened to it and gave you a mark based on how correct you were or whatever. Um, and my teacher was she. I think we ended up getting along, but for this oral exam, she was basically mouthing words at me because I fucking stunk at German because I didn't want to be there. But she was like, I'm getting you a passing grade, Ewan. And she did it by basically cheating, which I think is like against the law because it's like a proper exam fucking thing. But she made me sit on my own because I wasn't paying attention, and I was always drawing in class. Imagine that, if you can. But then, fair play to her because she did pull me aside at the end of one class and be like, Ewan, what's up? Like, what? Why aren't you doing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing? And yeah, we had a decent talk, and I said, I hate it here. I cannot stand being here. I fucking despise every second that I'm here. I just wish I wasn't. I wish I was dead. Cool teenage shit. Cool edgy teenage Ewan shit. And then this is where it's fair play to her. She was like, oh, you don't like the conformity and having to wear a uniform and, being told what to do. And I very plainly said, no, I don't mind I'm happy to wear the uniform because it's a school. That's just what you do. I don't give a shit about the uniform. And our uniform wasn't even bad. It was like trouser and sweaters, like trouser, a single trouser and a whole fucking as many sweaters as you could get on yourself. I said, no, I have no problem with any of that stuff because it's a school. I don't come to school expecting to have freedom and be allowed to do what I want. And yeah, cool, you can't stop me. I'm a cool, edgy teenager. I just fucking hated the people. I couldn't fucking stand them. Just loud, annoying fucking pests, every one of them. Oh, you, what are you drawing? Why you draw something good, you? Draw some tits, draw someone playing football, you. Oh, what are you doing, you? Fucking hated every single one of them. And I think after that interaction, my German teacher was like, oh, okay, cool, I get it. You're not just like, you're not rebelling against the system. Oh, I'm not going to do my homework, man, because I'm rebelling against the system. Yeah. But rather, it was, just fucking cannot stand being here, and it's making me depressed. And I draw because that's all I've got. That's the only thing I can fucking hold on to. And so after that, she was like, okay, let's fucking figure something out. Which I'm glad about. She was one of the few good ones. That and as I've said before, I had the one art teacher who got me, and he was happy to let me do my own shit. Bought me a couple of drinks from the vending machine, and then he left because he was messing with students. Oh. Not me. I think it was like the girl students. And I remember when I was, because he was only around for like the first couple of years I was at the school. So then I'd see him on like the field, sort of after school or on breaks or whatever. And he was almost always surrounded by like the year 11 girls, like the upper class girls or whatever. Which is, it's funny to say upper class because they were girls of zero actual class. See, I can say that because what the fuck do I care? And when you're in your first 2 years of school, the like older girls, it almost feels like you're at school with full-grown women, even though they're like 15, 16 years old. When you're 12, they may as well be adults. So I always saw him, basically surrounded by those girls, all fawning over him. He was pretty handsome, I guess, and he wore like big woolen sweaters, and he was arty and stuff. So I guess they dug that. Um, and then one day we never saw him again. That's pretty funny. That's funny, isn't it? Oh, he's like probably fucked a 15-year-old or 16. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he fucked a 16-year-old girl, and we never saw him again. I mean, I'll admit I'm a little bit jealous of the guy, but he's you gotta make the most of the situation you're in, don't you? Eh? Yeah. Go on, my son. Whee. Oh, fuck a kid. There was a time I remember when I don't know why. Fuck, I'm just remembering this now. I don't know why I was the one, because I was so quiet. I guess because it was his class, I felt like I had a bit more confidence and I could speak up a bit more. So he wasn't around for a couple of days, and then the next time we saw him, he was in class, but he showed up really late to the class and was like, "Oh, just get on with whatever." And I don't know, I don't know why I said it, but I actually asked out loud in front of the whole class, "Are you getting fired?" I don't know why I said it. I think it was partly, I think, out of genuine concern of like, shit, are you going away? There might have been rumours going around about him, and then I probably heard those rumours and then been like, oh shit, are you getting fired? I didn't mention the rumours about him, fucking kids. But I remember clearly asking out loud in front of everyone. So it was partly maybe, worry and curiosity and concern, but also wanting to be funny in front of the whole class and being like, "Oh, you get fired, Mr." I won't say his name. His name's a colour and it rhymes with clown. So he was very shocked and very angry, and he took me aside and he made me write out a letter of apology to him, like a handwritten letter of apology for yelling out such an awful thing, which, I mean, it wasn't even that awful a thing to yell out, was it really? Are you getting fired? Are you getting fired? Just some little shit, some fucking 13-year-old little shit. Are you getting fired? And, I mean, maybe he was angrier because he probably was, at that point, on his way to getting fired. Because it was not long after that he was gone forever. Ooh, funny how things work out, isn't it? This is Skullsy Wolsey. This is the... I want to say he's a character I've had, but like, I used to draw him quite often. Just this weird, like, pink naked skull man with axes. I have no... Oh, God, I've got nothing. I've run out. That was my big story. That was my story time. I wasted it in a podcast. I could have used that whole "did you get fired" thing in a separate video, in a story time video. Oh, I just bit my fucking tongue again. Christ. Fuck's sake. I wasn't going to do a podcast because it hurts to talk because of my fucking bitten tongue. What would I even title that video if I was going to do a story time about? I guess maybe I'll do it about like my favourite art teacher that disappeared because he was messing with underage children. It's always the good ones, isn't it? God. It's like looking into the future for myself. Ha ha! I have thought about trying to become an art teacher, actually. If I can get a couple books published, I figure I can start going to, like, I don't know, universities and schools and be like, listen, fucking hire me and I'll teach people how to draw. I'm sure I've said it before, but that's the amount of people I've gone to, like, college and university with who dropped out because they weren't actually being taught anything useful. It was all about, I don't know, not even like industry stuff. It was just, here's an assignment, do the assignment, ask us if you need help, I guess. And then you do the assignment, you get marked, you might get some feedback. And then just repeat that for a few years, pay a shitload of money to do it. And then now you've got a certificate saying, oh, you've been through university. Which is now meaningless unless you've got like a master's or a PhD to go with it, for which you need to go to school for another bunch of years and pay more money. So what was it all for? Nothing. And so I've seen loads of people drop out because they went to art college or whatever to learn to do art, and they were never taught how to do art. They said, just the teachers would say, do some art. Here's the facilities. Now do these assignments. But then, like my best friend Sam, he dropped out because I don't know if he dropped out, but he might have dropped out. I don't remember exactly. It's his story to tell. But I think he left because he just wasn't being taught how to draw or how to paint, which is what he wanted. So I could go into colleges and schools and universities under a different name with my hair bleached and a big moustache dyed black, and say, hello, my name is Shmewan, Mr. Shmewan. Because, I'm not allowed in schools because of my past. And then I can teach people how to fucking draw and paint, how to make art, and make them want to make art. Yeah, I can inspire the entire generations of kids to draw shit and get into debt and, spend all their time alone and not have friends. And idolise pedophiles. Oh dear, oh dear.